Morning, people. We're going to be talking about the conversations we were having last night on the Zoom chat. It was fantastic, actually. I have to say, it was fantabidozy. Just going to share this one out. Wait for a few people to pop on and give you an update on where we all currently are on this planned trespass, etc., etc. I'm going to be sharing the Earth United site again. I'm going to be talking about the Earth United site so that you can get a feel yourself for where this is all going. You know, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. Shirley, hello, Shirley. Nice to see you. I'm just sharing this one out a second and then we'll get cracking on. So just bear with me. Lovely to see you all. Shirley Farrell, hello. It's a miserable day down here in Kent, Shirley, let me tell you. A real miserable day. I'm just going to wait for the audience to build up and then we can crack on. I think we've gone back to winter. I'm not too sure about summer. Our weather's really weird, isn't it? Weird. We're in July now. July. You'd have thought it would have been 35, 40 degrees out there. Morning, everybody. Everyone's piling in now. Look, they're steaming in. We're going to be talking about, I'm going to be going for a few sites this morning. And, yeah, we're going to have fun. What we're going to have? We're going to have some fun. All righty. How do I get to my history? A warrior calls. Hang on this. Let's see. I want to get this one up as well. I think you can see what I'm seeing. Let me just check. And then we'll get a few of you in. Just bear with me, guys. We're going to be going through a bit of this morning, okay? It's dull here in Liverpool too. Oh, is that where you are, sweetheart? You're up in Liverpool? Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, who's texting me? Someone's texting me. Where's my phone? I'll put my phone down somewhere. Oh, it's all I'll tell you what, you've got to have your technologies about you nowadays. Where'd I put my phone? I'll put my phone down somewhere. Do you think I can find it? No. Oh, well. It is. Where's my phone, man? It's not in my pocket. Oh, I'll give you a little view then, didn't I? Sonia Ballard, Scott. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, sweetheart. Good morning. How we doing? Right, so look, I've got my mate Karen in here. She's a fan of Daddy Dragon. Loving that. Every time I see your profile picture, Karen, it makes me smile. It really does make me smile. That is such a cool profile picture, man. Is that my phone just disappeared on the floor? No, what have I done with my phone, ladies and gentlemen? I put my phone down somewhere and it just texted. And do you think I can find it? No, I'll put it down somewhere. Vixen, where have I put the phone? Do you know where the phone is? She don't know where the phone is. Is it in? Anyway, you make me smile. So do you, John. You make me smile every day. That profile picture is something special, though. Guys, I've just got to find my phone. Here it is. I knew it was close. Let's see what's going on here. Monday's okay. I'll square it with the minister. That's his missus, by the way. If I'm getting so much grief. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I booked a job in for Monday. So I've been out and about this morning. I'm not feeling overly fantastic today, but there we go. So I just want to give you guys a bit of a brief synopsis of what's been going on over the last over 10 years. All right. Now, I woke up many, many years ago after some spiritual awakening and a near-death experience. And all I will say on that is that God gave me a second chance at life and told me to come back and to speak and just speak and communicate with the people. Because I was told by spirit world, whether you believe in all that or you don't, I've just witnessed it. Feels so much like home. This don't feel like home to me no more. But the spirit world certainly did. I knew I was home there. So anyway, it said that there was a big time changing coming for mankind, and basically that mankind was going to go back to the original state of being, and they would understand who they were, and that's the ethos. So anyway, the point is this: we've all had common law advocates. We've had this advocate. We've all tried different bits and bobs, right? We have tried to do different things down the road. I mean, Lord knows I've played with Kent Police over the years and told them they don't fucking own me, excuse my French, and that I'm not the piece of paper. And HMCTS courts done exactly the same. They said there's a warrant out for your arrest. I rang them out. I said, who's the warrant out for the arrest for? And they said, I said, is that the piece of paper? And they said, yeah. And I went, well, I'm obviously not the piece of paper. I'm the bit that God created. And, you know, I've never heard from them. It's like I shot them dead with a truth bomb. Dropped it right in their pickle barrel. They just won't come near me, which is good because man is a creator and man does create, okay? So the point is this. We've all been looking for unity. We've all been looking for remedy. We've all been trying to find a way through. Now, I actually think that we're on the cusp of doing that. I actually think we could just be now on the cusp of all coming together. Frankie Roberts. Hello, Gorge. Lovely to see you, Frank. Sonia Ballard, Scott. Couple of love hearts there with some praying hands. Bless you, my sweetheart. Seeking Truths. Hello, Squire. I say Squire. It could be a Squiress. I'm not too sure. Sonia Ballard, Scott, she's saying good morning to everybody. I like this one though because this just makes me. You just make me smile. So look, anyway. So we're all looking to come together. We're all looking to end this beast system in a fashion, in a nice way, in a good, clean hands way, with good energy, good intent, good wisdom, good love, all the nice sort of things. You know what I mean? Stevie J Sleep, hello, love. I'm just seeing you pop up there on my iPad. The comments seem to pop up a bit quicker on the iPad than they do popping up on this laptop screen, which I'm talking to you right now. And so anyway, look. This is all I want, right? From the bottom of my heart to the tip of my icebergs is I want you all for unity. I want you all to come together to understand who you are, what the difference is, how we've all been swindled, all right? Now, this platform here, I'm just going to come out of and we did this the other day, all right? I'm going to do it again now. So, yeah, I've disappeared for a second. Hopefully you can still see me. So, this is... potentially the site that can bring us all together, right? All around the world, okay? Earth United, together we stand. If you just type them words into Google or DuckDuckGo or whatever your server is, Firefox, whoever, Karen Campbell, yes, United we stand. Yeah, absolutely. And we are going to make a difference in this world. We are going to take back control, let me tell you. We are going to shine the light so brightly on the darkness that they're going to have to run. And they are. You had to stay. You had a message to speak, and thankfully we are. Yes, mate. Yeah, that's true. I had to stay. They said to me, do you want to go back? And reluctantly, I kind of said yes. I would quite happily have stayed over in the spirit world because it is, I can't describe it with words. It's just love, man. I mean, just an overwhelming euphoria. And it's home. It's like, everything's so vivid and so, man, I can't describe it. It's so hard to describe. But you instantaneously know that you're home. You know that you're connected. You know that you are cherished. You know that you are worthy. You know, it's just so magnificent. Anyway, that's enough about that. So this site could bring us possibly all together. There is a donate button if anyone wants to wish to donate to Jesse and his cause. That's good. Now, what the good thing about this Earth United site is that Jesse he's a techno man. He does all this. He designs web stuff and all that together. Now, I've recently come across Jesse, and I watched him on a video the other day that he did about where he said David Icke mentioned him, right? Now, Jesse got emotional and started having a tear, and I knew at that point that this guy was the real deal. I knew at that time that man's emotions is the reason why he's doing what he's doing, okay? Do I believe Jesse has any motives derogatory? Not a chance. I think this man is wholeheartedly 100% in this to win this and to bring back our natural law and natural rights. And I think that he could have given us the platform to do this, okay? And he's working alongside some really nice, clever people. Now, we've all been looking for something to bring us all together, right? Worldwide. This is it. Okay? Excuse me. So we did this one the other day. Do you want freedom? Many people in this country now, we don't know freedom. We seem to think that government is our grant to freedom via the license to all this other stuff. That's not freedom, people. That's edging your bets. That's taking a gamble. That's like Russian roulette. It's like spinning the wheel. Okay. The government was formed to protect man. It goes man, it goes God, man, and then government. Okay. Absolutely, really does. So this guy here, Jesse, who I've just got his face on, I spoke to him last night. He is in this to win it. He is in this for you guys. Okay. He really genuinely wants this evil, wicked governance over. He wants it done and dusted. And I think he is a massive player in pulling all this together. Okay. So they talk about planned trespass, and we're going to be getting into some of this on the warrior.com site in a second. Planned trespass, the words we need to use, how to stand as men and women, shards of God, creators. We are creators, ladies and gentlemen. We are the creators. We create and manifest our world. Government doesn't. Government can't even tie its own shoelaces, okay? And they're idiots. We're far cleverer, and I mean that in a respectful way. We, the people, are always cleverer and will always be cleverer than government, because government is they're just idiots, and they're short-sighted because they're only in this to subvert us. They're not in this to help us. Okay. Now we're not slaves. That's first and foremost. We are not slaves. Okay. And we absolutely have the right to participate or not to participate in whatever it is that we wish to participate on. Whether or not that is you want to play in the system, you don't want to play in the system. If you have no choice and you're going to get beaten over the head by a copper because you can't service him up with a piece of paper, then you're not free. And it's time that we all realize that we're not free. Okay. Really not. Really, really, really not. So on this warrior, and this is Chris James that started this site up, and I was chatting with Chris for over an hour last night, and he's a hell of a dude. Canadian born and bred, massive in the film industry and entertainment, I think music industry as well. And he's another guy that just wears his heart on his sleeve. He says, leave your ego at the door. If you can't leave your ego at the door, don't bother coming in. Okay. So let's have a quick look on this site, and we'll do a bit of looking around. So, to the people of this world, knowledge, honor, and courage is the light. God speeds for the consciousness of man. Absolutely right. Maxim of law, he who is not deceived, who knows himself to be deceived. Okay? He is not deceived, who knows himself to be deceived. Right? So, when you know that you've been deceived, when you know that there's been a planned trespass, you can change things. There's loads that you can do. Absolutely loads that you can do. Now, we've all been enslaved into this birth certificate system. Personally, the curse of this world is the banking sector. The banking sector are the ones that are claiming to own us all, okay? And it's got to stop. It really has. So this is the unlawful conversion of every man and woman. All right. Now I'm going to come back into the room, and you still will be able to see this screen, but we're going to have a little share up. Okay. Oh no, let's do that the other way around. Let's do that one. Okay. So let's go back to this. So capitalize, Gage Canadian Dictionary of 1983, to take advantage of, to use to one own's advantage. Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, 1968, provides comprehensive definition. So you can get this online as well, ladies and gentlemen. Black's Law. You can get Bouvier's online. You can get Black's Law. You can get Archbold. You can get quite a few law dictionaries because they use a different language than what you comprehend, all right? When a constable says, do you understand? He's saying, do you stand under? So you never understand a constable. You say, I recognise what you're saying. I don't agree with it. But if you say you are, you're understanding, then you're standing under his authority. Capitis diminutio means the diminishing of status through the use of capitalization in Roman law. A diminishing or abridgment of personality, a loss of curtailment of a man's status. The unlawful conversion of every man or woman. This fraud is called personage. Click image for enlargement. Oh, I say. So let's have a little look at what this is saying. So, diagramming the most blatant and largest fraud in the history of the civilized world. And this is true, ladies and gentlemen. This is true. Whether you like to admit it, you have to be brave for yourself. Make no mistakes. If you're not brave within yourself, you won't never admit this. You won't never admit that you've been swindled, okay? Because it's a tough gig to admit. It's a tough gig to realise that this government has pulled the wool over our eyes, okay? So, meet your multi-divisible and stateless self, okay? John William Doe, trade name Lost at Sea. This is true, ward of the state. So John Henry Doe, John William Doe, is the ward of the state. Articles and certificates of correction, articles of merger, multi-entity. You can find all this for yourself, okay? This is class, man. This website is absolutely class. I'm loving it. So we know, oh, I don't want that. We know that the personage is the fraud, okay? So the fraud is called personage. We don't get involved in, people love me today, don't they? My phone's going berserk. All the way through this COVID thing, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I've cracked on as normal. I have not stopped for one moment. I have not considered the fact that there's a little killer virus out there. It makes no sense to me, because for why? I wouldn't be living. I like to live my life, and I'm going to live my life in God's kingdom. I'm going to live it without fear. All right. So I don't care what's out there. It could be the bubonic plague. I don't give a fuck whether it's a meteor coming. I'm just going to live and be confident in myself to know that when my time up, I'm off. Okay. What is the government of Canada? What is the government of Ontario? What is the Canadian Revenue Service? What is Ontario's provincial police? Blah, 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 all municipal police forces. So simple answers. Are all service corporations fictions, but most important, remember this fact, they are just a service corporation. Now, corporation, if you can see my cursor in the middle here, I've just split the word corp-oration. Now, corpse is a body, and oration means to speak. Okay, so a corporation is when you're alive, you are a corporation, as the Roman system sees you. But when you're dead, you become the corpse because you can no longer orate. Corporations providing service into we the people, just like Burger King, Tim Hortons and McDonald's. It's true. Simple Q&A, the fraud exposed. Do we the people require a lawful government? Yes, absolutely, a de jure lawful government. Do we the people have a de jure government? No, we don't. We have a corporation providing services masquerading as a lawful government. This is known as de facto legal government. The difference between legal or lawful, legal applies to corporations, fictions only. Legal jurisdiction equals sea, admiralty, maritime law. Legal equals crown, corporation, courts, private courts. Legal equals persons, fictions, de facto government created. Crown courts are inferior to common law courts. Every court in this land is de facto, even the Old Bailey. The difference between legal and lawful. Lawful applies to a man or a woman, people, not persons. Lawful jurisdiction equals land, not the water, sea, common law courts, highest courts on the land. Supreme Court of Canada, just a crown corporation with employees. Simple facts expose fraud. Where does the word jurisdiction come from? Juris of right, law, diction means words. What is a lawful meaning of jurisdiction? A, control. Whose courts? What law established? Our Creator made it crystal clear. Man is born free with dominion over the earth. Now, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm reading this, right? And I hope you are too. Genesis 1:26 through 28, King James Version Bible. And I've said before, this is my most favourite book in the world. Why? Am I religious? No. Am I spiritual? Yes. But I use the book for the law. It is the law. Okay. And God said, let us make man in our image after. Now, I'm not putting no religious sway on this. Don't all think I'm on a pulpit and I'm preaching. I am not. I'm giving you the law. And God said, let us make man in our image and our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all of the earth. So, why are you begging for licenses? Why are you begging? Yeah? It says, God says, Genesis 1:26-28, you've got dominion over all of the earth. And he's highlighted these in white to give you the clearest sight, the vision, so you can see this for yourself, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So you've got dominion. Genesis 1:26-28. Can any court in this land, regardless de facto, de jure, whatever it is, can it argue with the King James Version Bible? Not a chance. They bow in reverence to it, okay, because they know it's the word of God. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created him, male and female created him them. And God blessed them and said unto them, be fruitful, multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, blah, 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 blah. Our Creator made it crystal clear. Man is not to accept any man's person. Job 32:21. Let me not, I pray you, accept any man's person, neither let him give flattering titles unto man. So listen, the Bible tells us about titles. A doctor, a judge, a sir, a lord. Lord knows I did a lordship title years ago, but they're flattering titles. That's all they are. They just super enlarge the ego. But it says, do not accept any person. Okay, neither them nor flattering titles. Okay, so here we go. Let's click this for an enlargement. This is the kingdom that you live in. Can't argue with this. This is it. No court, no judge is going to argue with this. Okay, you have God at the top, whatever that is for you. I'm not going to get into that. You should all be in tune with your own vibrations. Then he created man and woman, give them common law. Government, created by man to protect the property of man. That's the only reason we formed government. Trespass, unlawful conversion of every child, public courthouses, judges, police, laws, bar, personage, barratry, and fraud. Corporations, legal persons created without our knowledge or consent. Birth certificate is the evidence of that fraud. He who creates owns and controls. That class. This is a fantastic website. And I mean fantastic website. So let's go to number 3 and then I'm going to come back to you. That is powerful, right? God gave you dominion over the earth, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Dave, you old tart. Hello, Timmy Bobinson. Lovely to see you, my old fruit. Thanks for tuning in. Or he's a jam tart. Yeah, I don't mind being any sort of tart. Listen, because I can give it and I can take it. So let's have a look at that. We might as well go through this. If you're not all falling asleep yet, please stay with me. This is a class, right? Maximum of laws. Deceit is an artifice, since it pretends one thing and does another. Okay, so the courts are deceitful, the banks are deceitful, the judges are deceitful. The Bank of Canada is a public bank created by and for the people. Now, I'll give you a little instance about this. There's a guy here, and I'm going to show you who he is. Let's just go to my YouTube, and I will show you who this will take you a couple of weeks to get through. All right, how dedicated are you to know the truth? Do you want to know the truth? So let me just show you a fantastic guy. Right, so here we have, so I'm going to come out and put you in full screen so you can maybe take screenshots if you wish. Only a man and woman can wish. Servant King by Marcus. All right, I'm giving you some real good information here this morning. Marcus is a very clever man. Now, his story is he was keeping birds of prey, and people were coming around and checking out his birds of prey and going, oh, they're lovely, aren't they? I only had quite a few. And they were putting a few pence or coppers or whatever it was, or a few quid in his box so he could keep the birds and maintain what it is that he had. And then all of a sudden, someone from the council, whoever come along, said, oh, you need a license. Pretty much what they did to me. And this guy is a very learned individual. So he went for the license, unbeknown, paid fee, done this, done that. Next thing, the state party, men with machine guns, come round, shut him down, took all his birds, smashed up his place. And it didn't sit right with his geezer. He thought, well, what's gone on there? And rather than him kick and fuss and act like a baby, he decided to unravel why it was that event took place. And he did it. He unraveled it. Now, this series of podcasts will take you a good week plus to go through, okay? And may I suggest that if you do decide to take this up and go and check out Marcus, that you go through each one pro rata. You go through the first lot of programs, the second, and you see it all the way through to the end, okay? Excuse me. And yeah, you'll get, see, he's realized that it all stops with the Bible, okay? He realized, but this guy went to the Bank of Canada. No, he went to the births, deaths and records place because he wanted to see the original birth certificate. And he'd arranged to go, and a woman there come flurrying out from the back with her gloves on with this piece of paper. And he said that he held it with two hands, like you grab paper, it was in between the thumbs, and she had it, and they were pulling and pulling. And he said to her, well, let go. And there was a guy stood just at the back there with a 9mm pistol in his jacket. That's how the Nazis roll. And he said, let it go. She said, I can't. And he said, well, why not? She said, if you run away with that, you don't exist to us. And he went, wow, which is perfect, which is what we want to do. We all want to not exist to this system, right? We want to give them back their stuff and tell them to stick it out their bottoms because they're evil, wicked, nasty people. But what he realised was, as he was looking at this piece of paper, on the back of it had Bank of Canada clearly stamped on there. So we're all bonded. And listen, make no bones about this. It takes a lot to admit this. It takes a lot to admit that we've all been swindled. All right. It really, really does. So he went to the Bank of Canada. He went to the births, deaths and records to see his original birth certificate. And it had Bank of Canada written all over it. So the Bank of Canada is a public bank created by and for the people. Treason occurred in 1974 by Pierre Elliott Trudeau. What a family name that is, with the BIS. This treason continues to this day, a fact and not an opinion. Let's have a look at this. Federal Court between Committee for Monetary and Economic Reform, William Creme and Her Majesty the Queen, the Minister of Finance, the Minister of National Reserve, the Bank of Canada, and the Attorney General of Canada, blah, 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 blah. Legal proceedings have been committed against you by the applicant, mate. So there you go. Bob's your uncle. Yeah? This is showing you exactly what happened in 1970, whatever it was. And away we go. So, yeah, go and check this out for yourself, okay? You might find some interesting stuff. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's come out of there and come down. So, a legal court was created by people at coma to correct. So, it's all a swindle. The more that you get into this, you're going to see it. So the Bank of Canada, once taken over by BIS, look, wallop, 1970, and all of a sudden, look at the national debt. Look at it between 1940 and 1987. Let's have a look. So there's March 31st, 2005. Looks like someone's been at school playing with these little graphs. Remember these little graphs we used to do at school? Government funding from Bank of Canada, government funded by private banks. Okay, so we have private banks. Canada don't have their own banking system. These are private bankers nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. So we're seeing here, look, 1940 to 1970. Look at that. That is a nice, steady Bob's your uncle. That means a nice, peaceful people. Bob's your uncle. Now watch this. Bomb, 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 and continuing to infinity. Why? Because the people of Canada are no longer in charge of their country and they sold out to the private banking cartels. So when I say this is a banking crisis, this is the bankers we need to hold accountable. If you correct the banking sector and you sort that lot out, then guess what? Your people come back to greatness. 1974, Trudeau committed treason, ensuring trillions stolen from we the people. This one act enslaved their entire country and the world to a few banking families who created, control, operate the business of international settlements. There you go. Bank of Canada. The Bank of International Settlements is in Switzerland. We the people broke nothing it called constructive fraud. Again, we the people by design by they. Common law by jury can only address those who trespass. We are the people must bring they into the light. Then we together correct it lawfully. This is what they fear. People knowing the truth and law, not legal and correct jurisdiction. So what a fantastic site, guys. This is warrior.com and the certificate of live birth, I guess. Yeah, if you can get your certificate of live birth. If you wish to do that, you would have to go into the NHS archives and do a freedom of information request and require that they send you that down. So let's see what they say. Actually, no, we've done enough of that. I don't want to bore you guys too much. But look, this guy here, Christopher James, hell of a dude. He's knocking around with Cole Lentz and all the others. He's really got some fantastic info. You've got the Earth United site here, and with Earth United, all they're asking for, and which I've done, is just an email. Don't even have to put your phone number, but I did. Country residence, I want true freedom, and just press that button. And what it means is if the internet goes down, they've got their database of everybody. You're not signing nothing. You're not signing any contracts or doing any. And I don't think Jesse would ever be involved in any of that. He seems like a really this Jesse Perez Casanova is just a lovely guy. What a beautiful name as well, Casanova. It's our love, Casanova. There's pressing issue, blah, 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 for our freedoms and that. So, yeah, you can see where we're going with all this. So, yeah, that's what we need to do. We really do. Stevie J Sleep, what he's saying. He's saying, block those memories out. That's Jesus Jones. Morning, Jesus. Lovely to see you. The certificate of live birth, I guess. Yes, it is. It all comes down to that. If you can get your hospital wherever you was all birthed, don't forget, you wasn't birthed. You was born. All right. And these words are so powerful. If a copper pulls you over, date of birth, no, mate. What are you chatting about? I was born. I wasn't birthed. You know? And it's true. We were born to this world, born free. We weren't birthed. You birth a vessel in dry dock. When a ship comes in to port, wherever it's from, China, Japan, wherever, and it's got its goods on it, it produces a certificate of manifestation, and it has to go to the harbour master, and the harbour master goes, yeah, bum, 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 books it all in, Bob's your uncle, and the stuff comes off shit. So although that's a slightly different spelling, B-E-R-T-H, it ain't no different. Both the words mean the same thing. Pauline, hello, Pauline. Nice to see you, darling. Let's have a look at some of the comments. So I wanted to just... This morning was about, guys, we need unity. And I truly believe now that this Earth United, Chris James and Jesse Perez Casanova have actually given us the vehicle now for us all to come together. And we have to go back to the beginning. Okay, we can't argue the top. We have to go back to the beginning of this fraud. We have to go back to the birth certificate. We have to go back to the beginning of when it happened, that planned trespass, that unlawful conversion. We have to go back to that. It's a constructive fraud. Okay, if you play these words, constructive fraud, unlawful conversion, planned trespass, I don't care who it is that's coming at you from this capitalistic system, they will run from you. Because once you've highlighted that up, boom, boom, boom. I wouldn't accept any person, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah, no, the person, I mean, James chapter 2, verse 9 is quite clear. And I think that's what the Bible is. It's a code book. It's not me being all religious and worthy than now. I'm no different from everybody else. We're all just the same. And we're all bobbling around right now, trying to find our way in this world and to get back to our original state. That's what this is all about. This is all about us returning to our original state of being, all right? And to take the middleman out of the equation, because it doesn't matter what happens in your life. You've always got to have an insurance for this and insurance for that. There's always some middleman messing in and monkeying in your business. And that's not how this was to be. This planet was not to be that way. This is a free will universe. We were put here, we were given free will. We wasn't put here to be slaves. We wasn't put here to keep kowtowing and bending over and taking one for the system. And the system actually should work for us because we are the crown. We are the crown. We're the living, breathing thing. So, yeah, but it is a duality system. Like, yeah, go back to where the duality was created. Yeah, absolutely. I agree, Jesus. So, guys, I wanted just to touch base with you guys today. It's now 12:30. And I wanted just to, we need unity. We need all to come together. So whoever it is that you're dealing with out there, whether it's Daddy Dragon, let's just try and all come together through this earth, the Chartist move, all these different movements are all fantastic, but they've got no unity. They've got no cohesion. They don't know how to come together. Okay. And we're also looking for people that have got a good standing in courts, that know the court system. I have put a message out to Hannah Rose Shotbolt. And I'm going to ask her because she's just completing her law degree. And she said once she's finished it, she can't wait to get back into the courts and try this stuff out. So I'm going to ask Hannah to see whether she'll take an active part in this. And myself, I don't mind. I've never really been in courtrooms in cases because I've always avoided courts. I won't go to their buildings. I won't go. I'm not going, not of my own free will. They can come round and taser me, stick the anal beads in. They can do whatever they like because they're kinky. But I'll never go of my own free will. Never. So, yeah, we need people that have got a good established basis of dealing with the court systems. We need to smash this. And what we're trying to do for this Earth United is to get a remedy, right, which is the planned trespass, it is the unlawful conversion, and it is the constructive fraud. That is our remedy. And it all comes down to the beginning, that very first document, that very first birthing certificate, all right? We have to address that. And once we address that, we're home and dry. We're laughing. We come back to the earth. We come back to our proper jurisdiction, our proper standing and status and dominion, okay? And that's where we need to get to. And it's not hard to do. So we're working behind the scenes tirelessly to bring this information to you guys. Please consider joining the Casanova Show on YouTube and the Warrior. I'll find what his YouTube channel is called, Chris's YouTube channel, and I'll bring that one to you as well. So for now, if any of you out there know anyone that's good in courts, that knows their stuff, please get them to get in touch. We are going to do this. We're going to do it with peace, love, and charity and respect. And there's no force in nature that can go against us. So, people, I love you all. Stay blessed, stay safe. Remember, we are the truth, we are the light, we are the wisdom, and we're going to make such a difference in this world. All right, Lukey Allen, I'm just about to go, darling, but thanks for tuning. You can always watch this on playback. We've had a good morning, and I'm going to see you all very, very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in and all your dedication. Karen Campbell, take care of yourself. Pauline Marsh, I'll see you all very, very. Event 201. Yeah, I was chatting with them last night. We need more than one good arrow in the quiver for the bow of truth. You ain't kidding. Big time. I'll see you all soon.